Disappointing end, but it's we're all optimistic about what we can see in the future.
Well, the dance is done. Arkansas fans waking up to a disappointing loss, but looking forward to offering support as we prepare to welcome the Hogs home.
And while it's not too bad out there right now, rain chances increasing throughout the day today. Going to be a rainy Friday. We'll talk about it coming up.
And a text messaging scam is resurfacing. How the Arkansas Attorney General is warning against toll road scammers. Just ahead.
A live look outside in Fort Smith for you this morning. The Arkansas River Bridge traffic moving because it's Friday. People are going. 5 News This Morning starts now.
Covering news where you live. This is 5 News This Morning.
Well, hey, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. That shot there in Fort Smith, more traffic than I'm used to seeing at this time. I think it's Friday. People are like, hey, I'm going to get up, go to work early, get it done so I can have the weekend.
People might also be coming back from spring break.
That
could be
that too.
I would have thought the opposite today after the late tip-off last night, that people would be getting on the roads later this morning. But glad to see people up and out and maybe trying to beat the rain as well. Got some rain chances increasing throughout the day today. Really not too bad out there right now. If you are going to find any of those scattered showers, it is going to be across the river valley right now, mainly impacting parts of I-40. But you take a look further south, and that's where you see some of those heavier bands starting to mix in there. Eventually, this complex going to work into northwest Arkansas in the river valley later on this morning. I think anywhere between 7, 8, 9, 10 a.m. That's where we're going to have the largest chance for those scattered showers. No severe weather today is expected, just some good old-fashioned rainfall northwest Arkansas. The rest of the day today, daytime highs only into those mid to upper 60s. Lots of cloud coverage on those rain chances mainly in the morning hours. By the time we get to the afternoon and into the evening, that is the end of that rainfall across the river valley. Again, those rain chances increase all morning long. By the time we get late this evening, that's when those rain chances start to decrease. Daytime highs, so obviously much cooler than yesterday. Yesterday, we had mid to upper 80s. Today, only into those low 70s. This weekend, storm chances back into the forecast. That first window for severe weather would be Saturday night, going into very early on Sunday morning. It's a low chance, but it's not zero. The largest chance for severe weather is going to come later in the day on Sunday, sometime between Sunday midday and going into the afternoon and evening hours. That cold front finally arrives. That level 2 slight risk across northwest Arkansas and the river valley. Further east you work, though, that's going to be the highest risk. We do have that level 3 enhanced risk across portions of Johnson, Logan, into Scott counties as well. We'll talk about those storm chances coming up in just a bit. But first, let's get a check of traffic out there this morning. Here is a live look out across I-540 there at Kelly Highway. Traffic moving this morning and trying to beat that rainfall. It's moving in this morning. I think later on, by the end of that morning commute, is when we could have some of those heavier showers that you'll need to use some caution with.
Thanks for that, Stephen. Well, the Razorbacks, unfortunately, didn't make it there to the Elite Eight, right?
Unfortunately.
It's a tough morning, a lot of us waking up, but it was a really good effort. They fought hard, close game that went into overtime.
Oh, absolutely. It was certainly a fight that fans can be proud of, and Morgan has the reaction from some of those fans from last night. Morgan, what were their reactions?
Good morning, Kayla and Joe. Well, those fans, it was a mix of emotions, definitely a roller coaster of emotions through the night. And 5 News was with those fans. They were watching the game at JJ's over on Dixon Street, and the energy was electric the whole way. Now, many of them left JJ's just a few hours ago, and it's safe to say the emotions were running high. But take a look at this video. Fans were on the edge of their seats as the Razorbacks fought for a spot in the Elite Eight. While the loss stings, many fans say that they're proud of how far the team went in Coach Cal's first season, saying they defied the odds by making it to the Sweet 16, and they believe that this is just the beginning of something special.
All the emotions of a typical Hogs game. We were happy, we were sad, we were nervous, back happy again, now we're sad, but I think that after a few days, we'll be really grateful and appreciative of this team, and I do believe we'll be back.
It was great until the end of the second half, and in overtime it was pretty deflating, but overall, I mean, I don't know, I've had some fun moments this season, and beating St. John's, beating Kansas, I mean, cool moments with my friends.
Now, we asked these guys who they thought now is going to win it all now that their team is out of the running, and they said that they're thinking maybe Duke or Houston to win it all, but they wanted to make sure to add, at the end of the day, always Hogs by 90. Live in Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Morgan Wrigley, 5 News.
All right, thanks so much for that, Morgan. Now, a late start to the game, overtime, fans on the edge of their seats, just couldn't bring it home, though.
Unfortunately, but you know, they fought till the very end. And if you didn't get a chance to see them fight super hard, we've got you covered. 5 News sports anchor Alex Stewart is in San Francisco with a look at how it all went down.
They were the Cinderella story of the NCAA tournament. The 10th-seeded Arkansas Razorbacks, who, if you remember, started this season with no head coach and just one player on the team. Yet, here they were in the Sweet 16, taking on the 3-seed, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And the Hogs were feeling like a team of destiny coming in. However, the clock finally struck midnight, and the magic run came to a close. It looked like Arkansas was going to win in dominant fashion in this one, building up a 16-point lead with under 10 minutes to go. But it's been a problem all season long, letting teams get back into it, and once again, that issue bit them. Through a strong performance on the offensive glass with 22 rebounds and a defense that found new life in the second half, the Red Raiders clawed their way back to force overtime, where they hit the go-ahead shot with 7 seconds remaining. And while it seemed like a situation Coach Cal might take his final timeout, he elected to let the game play out, which seemed to catch everyone off guard as the final shot of the game clattered off the rim and the Hogs season came to a close.
In my career, I let that go. Let the guy get to the rim. They're not going to foul you. You know, and with that kind of time, just me. You call a timeout, now you got to worry about what he's doing, how he's playing, the inbound, what are you doing? So I usually let that go. Now, because it ended the way it is, yeah, I wish I would have called a timeout. But 99% of the time, I let that go. Because now I know what they're doing, they know what we're doing. That's why we did it.
And while it's not the ending they had hoped for or wanted, this season was still a success by any measure, and one that will be remembered by the Arkansas faithful for years to come. From the Chase Center in San Francisco, I'm Alex Stewart, 5 News Sports.
All right, thanks for that, Alex. Well, the Hogs making it to the Sweet 16 meant a record-breaking month for sports betting in Arkansas. The Department of Finance and Administration saying that they're expecting it to be a $70 million wagered month, the most on record, which is compared to $50 million last March. Saracen Casino says that they have seen a 25% increase compared to last year when the Hogs didn't make it to the tournament.
Yes, this will be a record-breaking month for not only for Bet Saracen, but should be for the entire state of Arkansas sports betting handle, and we can all attribute that to the success of the Hogs.
Well, the Department of Finance and Administration and the casinos want to remind people that if you're going to bet, of course, a good little warning for you this morning, do it responsibly.
Well, new this morning, the Arkansas Attorney General is warning about a resurfacing text messaging scam.
Yeah, have you received one of those text messages where it says Easy Pass? Yep. I received one of those this week. You'll get them right there on your phone. It's just a reminder. It says that you have an outstanding toll. So you're not alone. We're all getting them. The messages say that you have to pay by a certain date or face penalties or legal actions. Now, don't click on anything. Don't copy and paste any links from it. According to the Attorney General's office, the toll service scam, it's been going around since last year. It disappeared for a while, but it's back. Now, it gives you a link to pay them. Don't click that. An important thing to remember, Arkansas doesn't have toll roads. And if you've traveled into Oklahoma or Texas lately, don't fall for it.
We'll send you an email. We may send you an invoice through traditional mail, but we do not utilize text messages.
Well, if you get a text, do not send money, of course, and report it on the robocall form on the Attorney General's website.
A trial over the right to build a casino in Russellville ended this week without a verdict. Cherokee Nation Business is suing the state. It's the company behind going to build a casino and resort until voters voted against it back in November. Now the company is claiming it should get the license back or at least receive damages for the time and money it put into the project. The state says the move was constitutional, pointing to language that says a casino license is revocable privilege, meaning it can be taken away. Both sides still need to submit some post-trial documents before the judge can hand down a final decision. The documents are due by April 11th.
Well, in national news this morning, the Trump administration is working to overhaul a crucial agency, slashing thousands of jobs from Health and Human Services. Now, the Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., announced plans to slash the workforce by about 20,000, though not impacting, he says, positions reviewing drugs or medical devices, nor inspectors.
We're keenly focused on paring away excess administrators while increasing the number of scientists and frontline health providers.
Meanwhile, President Trump is preparing to unleash a slew of new tariffs next week. A new CBS News polling shows the American outlook on the economy is mixed, steadily growing more pessimistic. The price of food and services remain the top issue for most Americans.
We'll look at this video here capturing the moment a strong 7.7 magnitude earthquake rocked Bangkok this morning, causing buildings to sway and even water falling off from the roofs of a high rise. The greater Bangkok area is home to more than 17 million people, many of whom live in high-rise apartments. Originally, there were no immediate reports of damage or casualties.
But unfortunately, it was hours later, it was reported that dozens now trapped in a Bangkok skyscraper collapsed after this major quake. This right here is video of that aftermath. Of course, we're keeping an eye on the damage. Any other reports coming in out of that area, we'll bring you the latest right here on 5 News.